don't know why you're smiling.
Because I can't. It's not a crime to smile.
I would suggest
All right.
you do what helps
Okay.
you, not what hurts you.
Okay.
I can't do this. Get dudes.
You need to sit down.
Did you say?
Actually, I
Did you say that?
Yes.
And did you intend to kill him?
Oh yeah.
Listen to me. You don't let me out of here, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm a Jew.
Courtrooms are built on rules, respect, and control, but every once in a while someone walks in with nothing to lose. These defendants didn't just face justice, they challenged it. But when arrogance collides with authority, who really wins and what price do they pay? Some of the suspects think that chaos, threats, or insults will help their case. Some people just don't care. No matter what, experience shows that disrespecting the court almost always ends badly. The following 7 defendants were on trial for major crimes, but they also made the courtrooms unpleasant, cruel, and defiant. At the end of the day, each of them got what they deserved for their sins and behavior.
You close to these kids at all?
Like cool, we play basketball. I'm cool with a lot of people.
Did you hang out with them on a regular basis?
It was cool. Yeah, we hung out different times, you know. I need a lawyer, man, if you're gonna keep all in my face.
Number 7, Bryce Rhoades, a courtroom consumed by chaos, 10th grade Kentucky. One of the most recent and disturbing examples of disrespect in the courts getting out of hand is Bryce Rhoades. Rhoades is charged with 3 murders in Louisville, Kentucky. He is first accused of killing an innocent man because he thought he was someone else. Prosecutors say that Rhoades later went after and killed 2 young brothers who saw the murder and thought they could help identify him. From the first meetings on, Rhoades did things that shocked the court. His family members were sitting just a few feet away, and he smiled, laughed, and waved his hand toward the crowd. He kissed people in the crowd and smiled while testifying about the deaths of 2 young boys.
Ma'am,
Look at me.
ma'am! Mr. Rhoades, you're smiling. I don't know why you're smiling.
Because I can't. It's not a crime to smile.
I would suggest
All right.
you do what helps
Okay.
you, not what hurts you.
Okay.
That's
Do what I
all.
want to do. Let's get that understood.
The judge told him over and over that what he was doing was wrong, but Rhoades didn't seem to care. His lack of respect quickly turned into open hatred. Rhoades spat at his own defense lawyer during one meeting, and deputies had to hold him down. Because of this, the court told him to wear a spit mask in future hearings.
Y'all got some type of sexual relationship going on? Are you some type of racist? Which one is it?
Or are you just wrong in everything that you've made a motion for?
Are you a secret Ku Klux Klan member?
Even though he was not allowed to, Rhoades kept accusing the judge of racism, making strange claims about plots, and saying that the court was secretly against him. Rhoades fired several lawyers, wouldn't follow court rules, and often got in the way of processes. His actions caused multiple delays, which made the hearing last much longer than planned. More than once, deputies had to take him out of the courtroom. He often watched the events on video from another room. The court made it clear that Rhoades' actions would hurt him. Early on, there was no way to look sympathetic to the judges. Even though the hearing is still going on, prosecutors have made it clear that they want the harshest punishments possible. Bryce Rhoades is likely to spend the rest of his life in prison if he is found guilty. This will be a future shaped not only by his claimed crimes, but also by the fact that he doesn't care about being in court.
Plowed through 68 different people. He kept going until he got to the end, and there was no more bodies to hit. It was intentional.
Number 6, Darrell Brooks, making a murder trial a public show in Wisconsin. During the hearing for the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, Darrell Brooks' name became linked to chaos in the courtroom. Brooks killed 6 people and hurt dozens more, including children, when he drove his SUV through a holiday parade in Wisconsin in November 2021.
Plowed through 68 different people. He kept going until he got to the end, and there was no more bodies to hit. It was intentional.
The violence of the crime alone would have gotten national attention, but Brooks' actions in court made the case famous. As an alternative to hiring a lawyer, Brooks decided to represent himself.
If you are allowed to represent yourself in this case, sir, you will not have attorneys assisting you. They are gone from this case. Do you understand that?
I think I will probably be better served representing myself.
It was clear right away that his choice had nothing to do with strategy and everything to do with being in charge. Brooks kept talking over the judge, arguing about meaningless things and interrupting him all the time. He kept saying that the word defendant was being pronounced wrong, which was met with disagreement.
He told Erica that he was gonna find her and he was gonna kill her.
During the whole trial, Brooks was openly hostile to the judge. He glared at the judge, hit the table with his hands, and wouldn't do what the judge told him to do. It was written down that the judge said Brooks's violent behavior made her feel unsafe at one point. During emotional evidence, including statements from victims and witnesses who lived through the attack, he laughed.
I'd like to provide the defendant and the court.
So that had to be said. The defendant. I got one ear that work, and I heard that.
This is to benefit you, that
so it's
you
not.
understand
Ain't none of
your
this to benefit me.
witness. I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared.
Brooks was kicked out of the courtroom more than once because he was making noise. Even when he was put in a different room to watch the proceedings on video, he continued to yell and get in the way. His failure to show basic respect was one of the most important parts of the trial. The jury quickly came to a decision in the end. All 76 charges against Brooks were found to be true. The judge gave him 6 straight life sentences, plus more than 700 years in prison. His efforts to take over the courtroom didn't work. They just made sure he would never be free again.
Don't move. Don't move. Okay, where's the person that shot her? I don't know. The car sped off.
Number 5, Terror Inside the Courtroom, Michigan by Jason Brian Dalton. Jason Brian Dalton, who was also known as the Uber Killer, went on one of the scariest crime sprees in Michigan history.
I'd like to report a crazy driver. I just got an Uber to my friend's house. On the way there, he was driving neurotic down West Main. He hit a car. He drove through the woods, and I finally just jumped out.
I just got passed by a silver Traverse going southbound on Douglas, probably every bit of 100 miles an hour.
There was a man going roughly 70, 80 miles an hour, weaving in and out of both lanes of traffic. This silver SUV just slammed on its brakes outside my house.
Okay.
And threw out a guy.
In 2016, Dalton shot and killed 6 people over the course of several hours. During breaks from killing people, he kept driving for Uber and picking up people who didn't know they were going with a mass murderer. Dalton's behavior in court was just as upsetting as the things he did.
Call. Kalamazoo County 911.
I'm at the Kalamazoo Cracker Barrel, and there's been gunshots in a car.
There's gunshots in a car?
Yes.
When police survivors were asked to talk about the terrible things that happened to them during the hearing. One victim had a hard time talking about what happened on the stand because she was still hurt badly physically and emotionally. As she spoke, Dalton started to talk over her, say things that didn't make sense, and stare deeply at her. Then out of the blue, he charged at the witness stand.
Hi.
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
You alright tonight?
Yeah. Not really, though. But
What's going on?
I know you want an explanation.
You can get one. Because you're not this guy.
No. If you guys only knew, it would blow your mind. It's on an Uber.
Uh-huh.
Could you bring my phone up to me so I can see it?
I have the Uber thing on here.
Can I see it, please? On Uber, when I clicked it, it went chink. And then there was like a double head that popped up. And I pressed that button. And that's where all the problems went after that. I've experienced the full body takeover. It literally has control of you. I would have never done any of these atrocities that have happened.
Right. What made you get your firearm tonight? The app, the Uber?
Yeah.
Is that what made you put the vest on too?
Yeah.
Do you remember shooting people?
There's like little spots where it pops.
The sudden movement made everyone in the courtroom scared. Right away, deputies ran in, grabbed Dalton, and dragged him out while the witness started to cry.
Seen him coming, and I saw a gun.
Interrogator cars. No, they gave bags. These old people, they have these old black bags. They're called they're black They're black bags, and people drive around and you look at them. It gets real, like, hey, it's time people look, and then that's when to tell people it's time to get to Temple.
Joe, you need to listen to your attorney, right?
Yeah, you need to get to Temple because you need to get going because it's called intimidated.
You need to be quiet in today's proceedings, okay?
Yeah.
You have anything to say, you whisper to your attorney. That's today's rules, okay?
The judge called for a break right away. The event made people even more afraid that Dalton was still dangerous, even though he was confined. His actions showed that he had no regrets at all, and that he was a constant danger to those around him.
Call a recess.
Take it.
In the end, Dalton admitted to several counts of murder, attack, and gun crimes.
You, Jason Brian Dalton, be remanded to the custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections for assessment and sentencing for a period of life without the possibility of parole as mandated by statute. This is to be served consecutive to any sentence.
He was given a sentence of life in jail without the chance of parole. His angry outburst in court proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he was a dangerous and long-lasting threat to society. Number 4.
I have to try this case or have any further proceedings, or I have to see you for one further setting.
Base Webb, the worst act of disrespect, Kentucky. Base Webb's actions in court exceeded a line that is uncommon, even among violent offenders. This is something that is rarely seen. Shortly after being released from custody, Webb faces significant accusations for allegedly attempting to kill 2 jail employees by striking them with his vehicle. The allegations were made shortly after Webb was freed from custody. In spite of the fact that the case was very stressful from the beginning, nobody in the courtroom could have anticipated how Webb would react when he made his initial appearance in front of a judge. During the beginning of the hearing, the judge calmly informed that she might be required to recuse herself due to the fact that she was acquainted with the victims, which could result in a conflict of interest. In an instant, Webb immediately leaned forward and spat right on her before she had even had the opportunity to step down from the bench. The incident left everyone in the courtroom in a state of shock. The judge appeared visibly frightened by what had just taken place, and the chamber fell silent for a brief while as she wiped her face for a moment. Immediately, deputies rushed in and pulled Webb from the courtroom, putting an instant end to the hearing that had been taking place. The manner in which he conducted himself was not only extremely disrespectful, but also a criminal act in and of itself. The fact that Webb assaulted a judge in public court exhibited a blatant disrespect for authority and the rule of law, which immediately made his already precarious legal situation even more difficult to manage. In the course of the investigation, Webb's history of violent behavior became increasingly clear. The fact that he had been charged with the killings of 2 former partners while he was incarcerated in the past exemplifies a pattern of aggressive behavior that had been present for a considerable amount of time. It was already the fact that he had been found guilty in one of those cases. In the course of the trial, Webb did not exhibit any signs of regret and continued to exhibit hostile behavior. In the end, the jury had reached a verdict of guilty, and the judge handed down a sentence of life in prison to Webb. It was his appalling act of spitting on the judge that ensured he would be remembered not just for his violent acts, but also for his unprecedented contempt for the justice system itself. His disgusting behavior ensured that he would be remembered. Number 3, Jeremy Christian bombing outside of court, Oregon. As a result of the shocking and worldwide exposure,
Free speech or die, Portland. You got no safe place. This is America. Get out if you don't like free speech.
that Jeremy Christian's violent activities brought to the city of Portland, Oregon in 2017,
We got a bus driver on you too.
The city was left in a state of disarray. Christian boarded a busy commuter train and immediately began throwing racist comments at 2 teenage females, one of whom was wearing a hijab. At the time, Christian was wearing a hijab. The situation immediately became more serious as a result of his furious outburst. which attracted the attention of passengers who were nearby. Christian responded with great violence, despite the fact that 3 guys heroically intervened to defend the girls and de-escalate the confrontation. He drew a knife from his pocket and stabbed all 3 of the men. The third of them survived with horrific injuries that would forever change their lives, while the other 2 passed away at the site. The trial of Christian revealed a worrying record of extremist ideas and previous violent actions. Christian was apprehended not long after the incident, and his trial revealed this trend.
My first rodeo. Think I just stabbed in the neck for fun? Oh yeah, you're right, I did. I'm a patriot. I'm happy as a mother. Hopefully these died.
The defense had a difficult time refuting the overwhelming evidence that was presented against the defendant, while the prosecution built a picture of a guy who was motivated by hatred and anger. Christian's conduct throughout the trial gave the impression that he did not feel any remorse for his actions. Nevertheless, it was during the sentencing phase that his disrespect for the court became so obvious that it could not be denied.
Muslims shouldn't go back to Saudi Arabia.
Was there
I say ourselves.
me in the throat?
Say it again?
He responded by me in the throat.
Christian experienced a noticeable increase in his level of agitation as the family members of the victims appeared before the court to offer emotive victim impact statements. Christian absolutely lost control of his emotions when a member of his family voiced their clear condemnation of his behavior and expressed their sorrow over the hurt he had caused. In an effort to disrupt the proceedings and derail the hearing, he started yelling insults and interrupting the proceedings. Due to the fact that his outburst was so disruptive, the deputies had to physically detain him and escort him out of the courtroom while he continued to yell.
Jeremy Christian, your mom should have swallowed you. You are a waste of breath. And when you die and go to hell, I hope you run.
See you there.
Now, hey.
Go back to Tennessee too.
What do I tell you?
Go back to Tennessee too.
You can.
We don't want you here.
Bye.
All your race baiting bullshit. You ain't gonna be mayor either. You ain't gonna be mayor either. I should have killed you. I should have killed you. Everybody knows you're alive. Everybody knows you're alive.
After the situation was brought back under control, the judge came back to pronounce the final punishment. Jeremy Christian was given 2 consecutive life terms, in addition to additional prison time for acts that were related to the criminal offenses he committed. His actions during the sentencing process only served to bolster the conclusion of the court, making it very evident that he did not demonstrate any genuine sorrow for his acts. The sentence assured that Christian would never again have the opportunity to perpetrate acts of violence, hatred, or fear in public settings. Number 2. Penelope Soto, a viral lesson in how to act in court, Florida.
B-A-R-S, I don't know what is that?
Penelope Soto's judicial appearance continues to be one of the most extensively viewed and talked about court films on the internet.
No, I'm going to appoint you because you own a lot of substantial amounts of jewelry. You can go and sell your jewelry for a...
How much money are you making a week, approximately?
Approximately about $200 a week.
Okay, and do you own any property of value, a house, a car, a bank account, significant amounts of jewelry?
Yes.
What do you own?
I own a lot of jewelry, all right, as well as
Go ahead.
a car.
Well, how much would you say your jewelry is worth? It's not a joke, you know. We're not in a club now.
Okay, but if you know kind of...
However, this is mostly due to the fact that a normal hearing swiftly turned into a cautionary story.
Okay, but if you know
Well,
kind
you
of...
see,
you know,
we are not in a club. Be serious about it.
I'm serious about it.
You're
You
being
just
very...
made me
I can
laugh.
see you're serious, all right.
Charges of narcotics possession were brought against Soto, who was taken into custody in Miami and appeared before a judge the following day. From the very beginning of the hearing, it was very evident that she was not taking the present circumstance seriously. Soto's behavior, which included laughing, tossing her hair, and responding to inquiries with a cavalier attitude, instantly grabbed the attention of the court. She was apparent to be under the influence of alcohol.
What is the standard bond?
It should be,
Ain't gonna be no PTS.
okay, 5,000 on count one, and then the rest should be ROR. Oh yeah, this thing's also requesting a referral to Division 51 because she has no
Count
power.
1 would be 5,000 per hour cost found. Count 2 would be ROR. Bye-bye.
Adios.
When the judge inquired about her financial condition in order to establish whether or not she was eligible for a public lawyer and suitable bond, Soto answered by boasting about the fine jewelry that she possessed before the judge. While she continued to laugh and downplay the gravity of the situation, she made a comparison between herself and the musician Rick Ross, which gave the impression that she was an extremely wealthy individual. The judge cautioned her to pay attention to the hearing and reminded her on multiple occasions that the courtroom was not a nightclub or a bar. However, Soto did not appear to comprehend the seriousness of the situation. Despite the fact that she had behaved inappropriately, the judge first decided to set her bond and let her go.
Bring her back again.
What's up?
I believe I heard you saying to...
Yes, I did. I'm not going to the...
I believe you... Did you say...
Yes,
me?
actually, I
Did you say that?
Yes, sir, I did.
Oh, you did say that?
I'm not
I
gonna
find you in
lie.
direct criminal contempt. 30 days in the county jail.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
30 days in the county jail.
Right, I believe that she is represented by the public defender. I don't know if there needs to be
It's not being
some-
represented by the public defender.
Okay.
On the other hand, when Soto was leaving the courtroom, she yelled obscenities at the judge and flicked him off at the same time. In an instant, everything was transformed by just one solitary deed. Her bond was increased by a factor of 2, and she was given a sentence of 30 days in jail for criminal contempt. The judge immediately came back to the bench and called her back. At the end of the 4th day, Soto appeared in court sober, upset, and contrite at the same time. Irrational, embarrassing, and affected by substance use, she stated that her behavior had been a result of her substance usage. Number 1. Alan McCarty, threatening a judge and getting 20 years in prison. The story of Alan McCarty shows how horrible it is when people speak out of anger and ruin someone's future. What started out as a personal and emotional legal fight quickly turned into a serious criminal case. It wasn't violence that caused it, but threats and a refusal to follow the court's orders. McCarty was a part of a controversial case about child custody. When a judge decided against McCarty and took his kids away from him, he lost his cool and became angry. He could have filed an appeal or gone through the legal system, but he picked a much riskier route. McCarty began to make clear death threats against the judge who found him guilty. It wasn't just someone venting their feelings or making vague comments. These were real threats that made police nervous.
My daddy owns the building and I look like a f***ing idiot, huh? Brought your dress today, you little f***ing prick. You wanna f***ing take my kids from me and act like that? F*** you and that f***ing Shut the f*** up. I'm trying to think over here.
Threats against judges are taken very seriously by the court system because judges are protected officials. McCarty was caught and charged, but his behavior did not get better when he went to court. From the start of the proceedings, he was rude, angry, and unnecessary. He kept talking over the judge, raised his voice, and didn't listen when told to stay cool. The court had to take unusual steps because McCarty's behavior got so out of hand as the meetings went on. The judge told the security guards to take McCarty out of the courtroom and put him in a separate observation room with one-way glass so he could watch the events. McCarty kept yelling, banging, and trying to make trouble in the court even after that. The court made it clear at sentencing that McCarty's fate was sealed not only by his threats but also by his failure to show that he understood how bad what he did was. The judge made it clear that threatening a judge is against the law and will not be accepted under any circumstances. Because he made threats against a judge, McCarty got 20 years in jail. He also got extra time in jail for contempt of court because of how he behaved during trials. What began as a custody battle finished with McCarty spending decades in prison, not because he did something violent, but because he chose to be afraid of being held responsible. This man's case is a stark warning that you have to respect others in court, and threats, no matter how emotional they are, have permanent effects.
A bunch of eyes, you stupid piece of
Then also.
You threatened my life,
In the
you
back room.
suck my No, I'm not standing.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting, I'm just not standing up. I'm not standing. I don't have to stand.
These 7 defendants all had the same deadly misunderstanding. They thought that being rude, annoying, or scary would help their case in some way. Instead, what they did made people not care about them anymore, hurt their reputation, and often made their legal situations worse. Courtrooms are not places to show off or defy the rules. They are places where what you do counts, what you say has effects, and how you act matters. These people who were charged learned their lesson too late. Law and order don't like chaos, and in all of these cases, the people involved got exactly what they earned. If you like watching the moment disrespect turns into real consequences, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more courtroom cases you won't believe actually happened.